Good evening, everyone. This is week 2 commentary of Danny's League. Before we get started, I think we need to commemorate our loss of the top 2 teams and
Top 2 teams went down.
Ways that we both went down. This total fucking game of fantasy football is making us.
There's no skill in fantasy football. I have realized that now. It's all
completely driving us to drink, to say the least.
Yeah, you work hard all year long, you get your team set at the top, and then you go down in the first round.
Unbelievable. Well, cheers to the real winners.
Yes, we are the real winners.
Yeah, needed this done. Alright, then we get that shit out of the way. We want to recap what happened in week 1. Obviously, the top 2 teams went down. Some folks moved forward, so let's get right into it.
Get into it. Me versus the losers. All I want to say is Aaron Rodgers goes down for quarter number 1.
Unbelievable. Just like what we weren't expecting. Now, I gave the losers a slight edge last week, okay? But for the combination of Greg Jennings and Aaron Rodgers put up 9 points.
9 points. We lost.
9 points?
My team lost by 12 points. So we were primed and ready to go. Lost by 12, gets 1 point from a quarterback. So, anyways, that's enough about me already. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm pissed off about it. Let's go into your matchup. What happened with Rage Nation?
Well, unfortunately, I probably predicted going down the other end because my team has just been trending down with some bad trades throughout the middle to the latter half of the year, and we're facing against a team that has been trending crazy upwards, especially now when it matters absolutely the most. Casey here does nothing. I mean,
they're peaking at the right time. Totally, and your team went down at the wrong time.
I mean, I got the shit kicked out of me. It wasn't even close, okay? It was almost 100 points that I lost by, but facing up against Hillis, Maurice Jones-Drew, Deshaun Jackson, that was just, I had no shot.
Everybody performed.
Absolutely no shot. So, but it is what it is, and going forward, he looks to be one of the favorite teams moving forward.
What else do we have? What other matchups?
We have Reality Bites Bowl took on Cajun Boy, our essentially a James Bond Secret Service guy here who's never made a peep throughout the entire season.
He's the phantom fantasy player. Does he exist is the question.
That is true. It's a very good question.
Again, quarterback controversy. He had Kyle Orton, got him less than what I got it with Aaron Rodgers. -1 point from a quarterback. Kyle Orton had been putting up some solid numbers.
Yeah, and he was actually one of the top 5 QB producers in the entire league. And for him to go to -1 for that, I mean,
worse than a goose egg.
That is worse than a goose egg. And Reality Bites Bowl only won by 14 points. So Lord knows that he even had an average day, he probably would have won that one.
Same boat as my team. But again, in Loserville.
Yeah.
The final matchup, Team Kitty Cat. Her team, and I mean, it was she took it over the shank. Yeah, she took it on the chin. She lost, but man, Sunday morning she was debating Ryan Terrain, should she or shouldn't she, and nobody would have pulled the trigger and put him in. Who would have thought he would have done what he did against Tampa Bay?
Oh yeah, almost a record-setting day for Ryan Terrain in the first half for rushing alone. So nobody could predict it, especially with the way that they've been switching in and out
running back. So she decided to put him on the bench and. It came back in bitter, but that's how it works in fantasy football.
And you would have thought that you will be Shank would have definitely been on the downward slide, considering that he lost Frank Gore.
Yeah, he had some issues too, but he was able to overcome them, and she wasn't. So. Unfortunately, she's not in the winner's circle either. But
you slept on the couch, didn't you?
No. We both lost, so we had to console one another.
Understood. All right, so moving on to this week coming up, we have the semifinal matchup here. First off, we have the losers versus Reality Bites Bowl.
Man, I hope he bites the bowl against her because, of course, I can't pick the losers team. Jamie, nothing personal, but I'm pulling for her. If we get into the meat of the matchup, there are some serious implications in the real football league with these teams. Like, he's got Manning versus Jacksonville. Manning and, Indianapolis, they're tied with Jacksonville. Whoever wins this game is going to be in the lead in that division. Whoever loses is probably going to be on the outside of the playoffs looking in.
Right.
And who would have thought this close to the end of the season? Indianapolis is normally resting players by now, so it's going to be tough to see if he can bring his A game
Mhm.
or what's going to happen.
And definitely Steve Manning putting up has the potential to put up some big numbers based on the scenario alone. And you got a little bit of a counteracting effect here with Reality Bites Bowl holding Reggie Wayne.
I agree. You know, Reggie Wayne. What if it comes down to the end? You know, they need 6 points.
Mm-hmm.
Throw a touchdown pass to Reggie Wayne.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
But also we got Michael Turner and Arian Foster on the side of the Reality Bites Bowl. Darren McFadden on the other side with the losers. He's finally gotten back up with the blow-up game last week, so hopefully he'll be able to carry it forward. But the way that we're looking at it, Michael Turner and Arian Foster, they got great matchups ahead of them. So
Turner versus Seattle's defense. Seattle has given up they're the 28th ranked defense against the run. They've given up almost more yards than anybody. Fantasy-wise, Turner should have a big day.
Right. So I'm expecting not necessarily a smackdown, maybe just a borderline smackdown for Reality Bites Bowl over to the losers on this one. I don't see the losers pulling this one off.
I don't either. I agree. So if we're picking, I guess we're both leaning towards Reality Bites Bowl.
Yep, we're going to give you the win there, Kat, all right? So be happy with that one, all right? Because we obviously have influence when it comes down to it at the end of the day.
We're so smart here.
So next matchup we got KC, Here Goes Nothing, versus You Will Be Shanked.
Oh.
And there's about time that he's going to be shanked.
He's got to get shanked. Casey's going to shank him this week.
Like multiple times, not even just, one stab and he's done.
It's going to be annihilation. It's going to be destruction. You know what? This week, don't give him any advice on who he should start.
I did not give him, I just gave him my opinion about something that he asked.
No opinion. Just let him go and see what he can do himself. He's going to get shanked. I like Flacco on Casey's team at New Orleans. I like Branch. He's been exploding for New Orleans. He's got mojo against Indianapolis and Hillis against Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
That's solid.
Mm-hmm. That team is just looking just unbelievable, stacked beyond all belief. I mean, there's a slight Flacco, in and out, but he's still able to perform every now and then. But that rest of the group that he has lined up with himself, I will tell you that is the team that I did not want to face first round in the playoffs, and that's for the exact reason why. Looking at that matchup scared the shit out of me, and it should scare the shit out of You Will Be Shanked.
Yeah, I agree. The only way, it would not surprise me if this week everybody on KC's team just laid down and said, we're going to give this game away. That's how he gets lucky.
And that's the only way he's going to win. That's the only way he's going to win this week.
So, no laydowns, Casey. Put that team, get that lineup set. I think you're going to be the one doing the shanking this week.
Yes, and that's what we're looking forward to. So, once again, without the two of us in the league this week, obviously it doesn't matter anymore because it's complete bullshit. We are what makes this league fun.
Now. We're the guys,
yeah.
number one and number two. We're here. Whatever.
So good luck to everybody, and we hope to see you guys next week. All right?
We'll see if there's a week 3 for us.
Yes. Take care.